All right, so are you ready to this?
I think so.
We're going deep into the life of Mike Riversdale.
Okay.
And we've got blog posts going all the way back to 2005,
Wow.
all the way to this year.
Yeah.
Photos, album descriptions. We've even got a Mastodon profile.
A Mastodon profile.
Like a digital time capsule.
It really is. It's amazing how much we leave of ourselves online, you know?
Yeah, like every click and every post, every photo.
There.
It really builds a picture of who we are.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're trying to put together today.
Okay.
So who is Mike Riversdale?
Yeah. Who is he?
He's a Welsh transplant living in Miramar, which is in Wellington, New Zealand.
Yeah.
And he calls himself
Wait, Miramar Mike.
Miramar Mike.
Okay.
He really seems to have a strong sense of community.
He does, yeah, and belonging.
Definitely. And he's a deep thinker.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of introspection in his blog posts about life, aging, personal growth.
Yeah.
He's definitely thinking about the big questions.
I like that.
But he balances that with a really sharp sense of humor.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's this blog post about, do you have to?
What's that?
It's this game that he invented for parents.
Okay.
So they can embarrass their kids.
Oh.
And it's so funny. He has bonus points for public humiliation.
Oh, my gosh.
Genius.
That's amazing. That's a good dad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But here's where things get interesting.
Okay.
His life hasn't really followed a conventional path.
Oh, how so?
Well, especially when it comes to work and money.
Okay.
I mean, who applies to manage a sex shop in 2001?
Wow, that's different.
It is, right?
Yeah, you don't hear that every day.
No, and he doesn't stop there.
Oh, there's more.
There's more.
Yeah.
We found a blog post from 2006,
Okay.
and he jokingly calls Annika Moa,
That.
she's a New Zealand singer,
Oh, okay.
he calls her his secret girlfriend.
Oh, that's cute. He's a big fan.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
And more recently, he's wrestling with this whole idea of living his best life
Yeah.
and what that means.
It's a good question.
It is, and it's something he keeps coming back to, redefining it as he gets older.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we all do that.
Yeah, and his relationship with money seems to be shifting too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in one post, he says he's becoming less and less conventional with money as he gets older.
Huh. So he's questioning the traditional ideas about work,
Exact.
success, wealth.
Totally. What matters?
Interesting. That's something we all think about.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about storytelling.
All right.
Because Mike is a natural.
He is.
His blog is full of these personal anecdotes, and some of them are just wild.
So, like
Like the time that he was house hunting,
Okay.
and he found a picture of himself
Wait, what?
on a stranger's corkboard.
Whoa. What are the chances?
Right, like how does that even happen?
That's crazy.
I know. And his story about traveling around Wales with his mother, round Wales with a mother.
Oh.
It sounds like it was really significant to him. And he's really into photography.
Is he?
Yeah, and he's got all these online albums dedicated to his daily photos.
Wow.
Like everything from just everyday stuff to amazing things.
Cool.
And he even said that taking a daily photo keeps him sane.
Oh, wow. I get that. It's like a grounding ritual.
It is.
Yeah,
Okay, so are you ready to dive into some of Mike's deeper reflections on life and growth?
I think so.
Because it gets pretty insightful.
Okay.
He's got a post called Courage and Following Your Dreams, Scary Shit.
Interesting title.
I know, right?
Mm.
And he talks about what it takes to chase those big goals, you know, the ones that seem really daunting.
Yeah.
And he emphasizes passion, drive, even a willingness to look silly.
Looks silly.
Yeah, in pursuit of something meaningful.
I like that.
But what's really interesting
What's that?
is that he thinks kindness is essential to the journey.
Kindness.
Yeah, he argues that shitting on people on the way to achieving your dream undermines the whole thing.
Wow. He's got a point.
Right. So it's not just about the destination, it's how you get there. Exactly. It's about how we treat others along the way.
Yeah, that's important.
And it connects with another thing that comes up a lot in his writing.
What's that?
The importance of human connection and asking for help.
Okay.
You see this a lot in his post about dealing with depression.
Oh, wow. He's open about that.
Yeah, he is. He shares his own struggles.
That's brave.
It is. And he really emphasizes the need for support.
By talking about these things openly,
Yeah.
he makes it okay for others to.
Exactly. And he even has a post dedicated to this question.
A question.
Yeah, it's so simple, but it's profound.
What is it?
He says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how is your day going?
Wow, I love that. It's such a good way to
Yeah, to open up a conversation.
connect with someone.
And you never know what someone might be going through.
Right.
All right. Let's lighten things up for a second.
Okay.
Mike's got some pretty quirky interests.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, for example, he wrote an entire blog post about the difference between 1 million and 1 billion.
Yeah. That's kind of funny.
It is, right? And then there's his email signature.
What's it say?
Life is too short to drink bad wine.
Oh, I like that one.
I might steal that.
Go for it. He actually looked into it.
Into the quote.
Yeah, and he thinks it might be misattributed to Winston Churchill.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah. And speaking of questioning things, we have to talk about his advocacy for RSS readers.
Oh, wow. He's into RSS.
Yeah, big time. He's got this post, Break the Chains and Be Your Own Person with RSS.
Okay.
And he rails against mainstream social media.
Yeah.
And really pushes for this personalized approach to consuming information.
Makes sense. He's all about independence.
Right. And remember how we talked about how he calls himself Miramar Mike?
Yeah.
Well, in one of his blog posts, he talks about how proud he is to be a Miramarian and describes the suburb as a vibrant, creative hub.
Cool.
He even mentions a school fair where they were selling Proud to be a Miramarian t-shirts.
I love that. That's so great.
It really shows his community spirit.
Yeah, for sure. He's found a place where he belongs.
Totally. And his reflections on his Welsh heritage are so touching.
Really?
Yeah, you can just feel the connection he has to his roots.
Even though he lives so far away.
Exactly.
Wait.
Okay, get ready for this.
What?
We found a blog post where Mike analyzes his own body.
His own body.
Yeah, he calls it knees and skinny legs.
What?
And he breaks down each body part.
Each body part.
Like from his classy ankles to his kissable lips.
Oh my gosh.
It's hilarious, but it's also surprisingly vulnerable.
That's amazing.
And honest.
Yeah.
He doesn't shy away from the changes that come with age.
So he's making peace with getting older.
Yeah, I think so.
That's really cool.
And let's not forget the tattoo on his ankle.
Oh, he's got a tattoo.
Yeah. It's a small detail, but it kind of hints at
what?
his rebellious side.
Yeah.
And remember his unconventional approach to work and money? Well, he actually describes himself
as very good at following his dreams.
Oh, wow.
And he says it's the one trait that people admire most about him.
Interesting. I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, he talks about the importance of being selfish.
Selfish.
Yeah, but not in a bad way.
Okay.
He means being focused and seeing everything and everyone as a potential partner.
A partner.
Yeah, to help him achieve his goals.
It's about collaboration.
Yeah, and a willingness to ask for help.
I like that. It's not the lone wolf approach.
Right. And remember his sex shop application.
How could I forget?
That takes guts.
It does.
And it shows a real willingness to break from the norm.
Yeah. To go after what you want.
And it brings us to another big theme in his writing.
What's that?
Courage.
Yeah.
He has a whole post dedicated to it. And he says that courage isn't about being fearless.
Okay.
It's about having the drive, the passion, and a willingness to fail.
To fail.
Yeah, but to fail in pursuit of something meaningful.
I like that a lot.
Right. And he even admits that he's not always good at this.
Oh.
He says that he sometimes rushes into things and scares away his own dreams.
It's nice that he can admit that.
Yeah, it makes him so relatable.
Right.
It reminds us that even the most successful people struggle with self-doubt and fear, but what sets them apart is their ability to keep pushing forward.
To learn from their mistakes.
Exactly, and to keep that passion alive.
And his willingness to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
To share his struggles with things like depression and anxiety. It's really powerful.
Yeah,
You know?
it is, especially in a world that values stoicism and perfection.
Right.
It's a really important message.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes his story so compelling.
What is it?
It's not just about the successes.
It's about the journey.
Yeah, the ups and downs.
The lessons learned along the way.
Exactly. And it encourages us to think about our own lives.
Yeah.
Are we following our passions?
Are we taking risks?
Are we embracing the unconventional even if it scares us?
Are we taking care of ourselves?
Exactly. And remember Mike's favorite question.
Oh, yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, how is your day going?
Such a good question.
Right. It's a reminder that sometimes the smallest gestures can have the biggest impact.
Totally. Okay, so we've covered a lot about Mike.
We have.
But we also found a little snapshot of him on Mastodon.
Oh, yeah.
Which is interesting
because he wants a more open and independent internet.
Exactly. He's putting his money where his mouth is.
Yeah, choosing platforms that reflect his values.
Which makes you think about our own choices online.
Totally.
Yeah.
What are we supporting?
How are we presenting ourselves?
Yeah, it's like, Our online lives are an extension of ourselves.
And we have the power to shape them.
Right.
It really is like we're creating these digital tapestries with everything we do online.
And Mike's tapestry is so colorful.
It is.
So what have we really learned about Mike Riversdale?
Well, one thing's for sure, he's authentic.
He really is.
He's not afraid to be himself.
Not at all. Quirks and all.
Yeah, whether he's gushing about Anikamoa.
Right. Or analyzing his body parts in a blog post.
Or advocating for RSS.
Exactly. He's definitely one of a kind.
He is. Remember that sex shop application?
Oh, yeah. That takes some serious guts.
It does. He's willing to step outside expectations.
Forge his own path.
Exactly. And it's not just about bold choices.
It's about embracing what makes us unique.
Yeah, celebrating those quirks.
Totally. But he also gets pretty real about some serious stuff, too.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
His struggles with mental health.
That's right. He's really open about that.
Which is amazing.
It is. He's not afraid to be vulnerable.
And in doing so, he makes it okay for others to be vulnerable, too.
Exactly. And don't forget his on a scale of 1 to 10 thing.
Oh, yeah. That's such a great way to connect with people.
It is. It's so simple, but so effective.
And it shows how much he values kindness.
And connection.
Definitely. Even when he's talking about achieving dreams, he says it shouldn't come at the expense of others.
Right. Success shouldn't be about stepping on people.
Exactly. It should be about lifting each other up.
Celebrating each other's wins.
Okay, so let's talk about storytelling.
All right.
Because Mike is a natural.
He really is.
He brings these moments to life.
His blog posts are full of these amazing details.
They really draw you in.
Like that story about finding his picture.
On a stranger's corkboard.
I know. It's so random.
But he makes it hilarious.
And kind of profound.
And his reflections on his Welsh heritage are really something.
They are?
You can feel how connected he is to his roots.
Even though he's made a life somewhere else.
Exactly. Okay, time to shift gears again.
Where are we going now?
Let's talk about Mike's passion for photography.
Yeah. Those online albums?
He really loves capturing those everyday moments.
It's like a way to appreciate the little things.
And to be present.
Totally.
Speaking of being present, remember that blog post?
Which one?
Where Mike analyzes his own body?
Oh, yeah. Knees and skinny legs.
That's the one. It's hilarious.
Honest.
He's not afraid to make fun of himself.
But there's this real sense of self-acceptance there, too.
Like he's saying, this is me, flaws and all.
I love that.
And it's a good reminder that we don't have to be perfect.
To be worthy of love and acceptance.
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked about his unconventional side. But let's talk about his determination to follow his dreams.
Oh, yeah. He's really proud of that.
He is. Remember how he says it's the trait people admire most about him?
Yeah. I'm really curious about how he approaches it.
Well, he says it's about being selfish.
Selfish.
But not in a bad way.
Yeah.
He means being focused and seeing everyone as a potential partner.
A partner.
To help him achieve his goals.
Is this about collaboration?
Totally.
Yeah.
And being willing to ask for help.
Yeah, that's a good approach.
And remember his sex shop application?
Of course.
That takes a lot of courage.
It does. You have to be willing to defy expectations.
And that brings us back to that theme of courage.
Right. He had that whole blog post about it.
Yeah. And he said that courage isn't about being fearless.
It's about the willingness to fail.
Yes, but to fail while chasing something meaningful.
He also admitted that he's not always good at it.
Yeah. He said he sometimes rushes into things and scares away his own dreams.
I think we can all relate to that.
Totally. It's a good reminder that we all have those moments of self-doubt.
Even the most successful people.
But what sets them apart is their ability to keep going.
To learn from those mistakes and keep that passion alive.
Exactly. And I think his willingness to be vulnerable is so inspiring.
It is. He talks openly about his struggles with depression and anxiety.
And that's so important in a world that often tells us to hide those things.
Right. It's like he's giving us permission to be real about our struggle.
And that's what makes his story so powerful.
It's not just about the wins.
It's about the whole journey.
The ups and the downs.
And the lessons we learn along the way.
It's about asking ourselves those tough questions.
Like, are we living a life that's true to ourselves?
Are we pursuing our passions?
Are we taking care of our mental health?
And don't forget his simple but powerful question.
Oh, yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how's your day going?
It's such a great way to check in with people.
And to offer support.
Sometimes a small gesture can make all the difference.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into Mike Riversdale, what are some of the key takeaways?
What can we learn from him?
Well, I think he teaches us to embrace our quirks.
Even if they seem a little unconventional.
Absolutely. He shows us that it's okay to be different.
To follow our own path, even if they're not the usual ones, and to go after what we really want.
And to not be afraid to be vulnerable.
Right. He shows us it's okay to open up about those tough things.
Yeah, like dealing with mental health challenges.
And to reach out for help when we need it.
And to support others who are going through similar things.
Exactly.
Oh.
And he reminds us that even in chasing our dreams, we shouldn't be jerks.
Oh, yeah. Don't shit on people on the way to the top.
Right. Success shouldn't be about hurting others.
It's about lifting each other up.
Working together.
Creating something amazing.
And remember how proud he is to be a Miramarian.
Yeah. He's not just living in a place, he's really part of it.
Exactly. He's found a community where he feels like he belongs.
And he's making it even better.
And let's not forget that blog post about his body.
Knees and skinny legs.
What a title.
It's so funny and honest.
It shows how comfortable he is with himself.
Flaws and all.
It's a reminder that we don't have to be perfect to be loved.
Or to be happy.
And it ties into his thoughts on aging.
He's got a good attitude about it.
Yeah, a mix of humor and acceptance.
Maybe even a little melancholy.
But it's all part of life.
It is. And you know what else is great about Mike?
What's that?
He's such a good storyteller.
He is.
Whether it's something funny that happened to him.
Or a reflection on his past.
He makes it so engaging.
He has a gift for connecting with people.
Totally. And it's a reminder that we all have stories to tell.
Even the little things.
Yeah, they all matter.
Okay, last piece of the puzzle.
Mike on Mastodon.
He's putting his actions behind his words.
Yeah, he's choosing a platform that aligns with his values.
A more open and independent internet.
And it makes you think about our own choices online.
What platforms do we use?
What do those choices say about us?
So as we finish up this deep dive into Mike Riversdale's life,
what stands out to you?
I think it's his authenticity.
Totally. He's not afraid to be himself.
And he encourages us to do the same.
To embrace our quirks.
To find our people.
To go after our dreams.
And as Mike himself says, life is too short to drink bad wine.
Exactly. So let's all raise a glass to living a life that's full of joy.
Connection, and maybe even a little bit of mischief.
One last thought for you before we go.
What's that?
What small, unconventional step can you take today?
To make your life feel a little more like a best life.
The possibilities are endless.
They are.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Mike Riversdale.
Until next time.